It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K Sports brings you today's action live. This is Kevin Harlan joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline after the loss to Denver. And that does your confidence, guys, no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't seem prepared at all for that offensive explosion and didn't really make any adjustments to counter that.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Guys, Chicago is one of the league's biggest markets, but it still has that blue-collar culture. Longtime Bull Luol Deng exemplified that spirit. He said if you're coming in to just show your skills, just look good, the city of Chicago is not going to accept you. They want to see you work hard night in and night out. If you do, the city will love you. Kevin?
They want grit and toughness, David. Thank you.
And the Celtics, really since the departure of the Big Three and Rajon Rondo, doing an amazing job of stockpiling assets and draft picks all along while still being competitive. So you had to know, though, that front office wouldn't hesitate to make a big move. This is an organization that seeks to compete for championships and nothing else.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Jimmy Butler, Robin Lopez out there with Portis, and there's Dwayne Wade, and it's Grant in at the point guard. Chicago with the ball. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
They never let them get into any sort of comfort zone, and because of that, they were out of sorts all game long.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. That's good from Horford on the assist by Johnson. And the Celtics last season in a quote-unquote rebuild mode. And yet, Greg, they were among the best teams in the NBA, certainly the East. Did they need to make any trades?
You know, they basically had to start combining assets. They were already one of the deepest teams in the league. They had 3 first-round picks in that 16 draft, 3 second-rounders. At some point, you have to make a quantity-for-quality trade because you only get 15 spots.
Here's Horford. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
Only 1 of 4 to start, looking to find that rhythm.
Here's Portis, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Thomas. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Picked by Horford. Thomas dishes to Horford. Lopez with the steal. Thomas against Grant. To the inside. Tries it from 9. The shot by Wade, no good. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Bradley. Horford sets a screen for Bradley. Feeds to Horford. Left side Crowder. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Chicago leading. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Grant kicks to Lopez. Looking for Wade, he gets it there. Takes it off the glass.
Wade is 6'4", but when he gets it down by the rim, he might as well be 7 feet. There's just no stopping him.
Thomas kicks to Horford. Unloads from 9, Chicago.
And their last matchup was a nail-biter, but they hung on, and in part it was because of their rebound.
Now, here's Grant. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Lets it go from 14. Second chance shot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Bulls shooting their first free throw this game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Free throw no good for Butler.
When you think of the best as far as two-way players, Jimmy Butler is one of the first names that comes to mind. Great blend of offense and defense. Gives you effort on both sides of the ball every night.
The Bulls leading by 6. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Wade passes to Portis. Wade dishes to Grant. Shot clock at 5. Here's the 3. Great D that time from Thomas. The Celtics have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25% outside Brent. He feeds it to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Thomas, that's a wide open look, and that one hits back iron. The Bulls have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Lopez, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Now here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Picked by Horford. Bradley, that's for 2. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
The Bulls have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Wade kicks to Portis. Wade passes to Grant. Back to Wade, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Mirotic.
But we're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Celtics trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Picked by Horford. Bradley can't get it to go.
Tell you what, the defense got lucky there because you know he can hit it from mid-range.
Grant kicks to Lopez. Looking for Wade, he gets it there. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And Dwayne Wade will do work on you from the mid-range if you let him.
Thomas with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the basket by Johnson.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Kicks to Lopez. The feed to Wade. Back to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. He's checked in for Jeremy Brent. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. 5th on the list, Avery Bradley.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, and it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And they're not too bad at attacking the basket either. That's why some of their shooting percentages are so crazy high. They will work to get those high-quality chances inside.
Boston again missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Payne. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. There's the dish to Wade. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Wade's got 6. Smitty is an NBA veteran. What were some of the things you missed the least about playing on the road?
Just trying to fill time. You know, after shoot-around, you get finished around 12, and then sometimes the game is not until 7, so you don't have that much time. But those days off, everybody's at work, and you just roaming around the city.
Yeah.
You got to really get close to your teammates, do some things like going to the movies, having dinner, and basically get your rest.
Routine's a big deal, isn't it?
It is, and obviously the one good thing, off time, and give your body some rest.
And here is Butler. After Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Butler kicks to Portis. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. He's got 6.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Picked by Horford. Outside Thomas. The kick out to Crowder. 6 to shoot. Horford dishes to Crowder. Butler with the steal. Pass to Payne. Lopez outside. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. In the foul on Avery Bradley. Smart's checked in for Avery Bradley. Chicago also making some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Lopez. And Mirotic subbed in for Portis. Right wing. Here's Mirotic. Offensive rebound. Here's Laverne. Yes, that goes in.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Horford. Jerebko comes in for Johnson. Brown is checked in for Crowder. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. On the free throw, no good. And with the Bulls, there are so many great moments to choose from. But in your view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
From a plan standpoint, you can't help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers is right up there, too. But that was the biggest one for me.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
The physicality of Jimmy Butler poses so many issues for defenders.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And with Chicago and the Bulls, it seems that no matter what the current team does, they'll always be playing in the shadow of his Airness, Michael Jordan.
Tough act to follow when you talk about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. Every great player that Bulls have, they get compared to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair.
And so Butler nails both of them.
I got to give Jimmy Butler a lot of credit. Do you remember he was the 30th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft? He has really elevated his game.
Now here's Brown. 14 points from him the last game against Denver. The rebound by Zipser. The Bulls leading by 13. Mirotic, the pass to Payne. He kicks it to Laverne. Back to Payne. Mirotic, the screen. Payne dishes to Laverne. He doesn't hit that one.
We know what he's capable of inside. That's a good shot for him. He's kicking himself that he couldn't get it to go.
Here's a good screen. Here's Smart. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Outside Butler. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Here's a look at some stats for Butler. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb, putting up about 18 points per, 6 assists, and just over 2 steals. and he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end. Came into this league known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turns into a guy that can score the basketball and is counted on that end.
Chicago making a switch here. Rondo's checked in.
Looking here at some numbers for Brown. His last 10 games, 15th in field goal percentage. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
On defense, Chicago, 13-point lead. And yes, it's good. Brown's got his first 2 points.
And sure, the D was all over Brown, but in the end, he's just too skilled for them in the paint.
Rondo kicks to Laverne. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Payne. Shot clock at 5. Back to Rondo. Fires from deep. Laverne. Rebound Boston. Rozier the pass to Brown. Dishes it to Olynyk. Screen by Olynyk. Brown outside. Jerebko off target from three-point range. The Bulls leading by 11. Here's Zipser. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Laverne's got his second bucket.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
They're opening up a nice lead here early. Reason why they're doing a great job in the paint.
And it's Brown missing.
Look, he's doing everything he can to get out of this funk. Just been a rough quarter shooting the basketball.
Back to Rondo. To the wing right side. Payne with it. Brown on him. Lets the three fly. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Rondo. For three, Olynyk. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Outside Rondo. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Celtics trail by 13. Pass to Rozier. Over to the left wing. Now Smart. Shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Bulls lead by 13. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
They are really fighting for position on every shot release, so they are prepared for the rebound. Fantastic work ethic.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play.
One thing he also did extremely well was rebounding. He really attacked the glass out there.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
On the defensive end, you have to fight through screens. That is a commitment.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. To the middle, here's Payne. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They caught the D in a rough spot and took advantage of them there.
Outside Thomas. He dishes it to Brown. Here's Smart. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Smart's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Bulls leading by 8. And here's Payne. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Shot's good by Laverne. Smart dishes to Thomas. The three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
He has to have a quick trigger when he's facing a size mismatch as big as the one he had right there.
And it's Laverne missing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Thomas kicks to Smart. Not really his range, and it's off target. The Bulls leading by 8. Payne gets a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. Boston's gone 2 or 3 when they step beyond the arc in the second quarter. Right side, Thomas. Laverne with the steal. Here's Payne. Horford with the rebound. Boston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And the shot's good. Laverne's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Bulls. Now here's Smart. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Brown outside. Shot clock at 6. It's a floater, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And in a draft class full of great wing players, it is easy to sleep on Jaylen Brown, but he can become a great player. Has everything you want from a wing in terms of skill set and that physicality. He could have a ceiling just as high as anybody else in this draft.
The first one falls. And you look at Jaylen Brown. He can go at the rim, pull up to shoot, plays good D. If his jumper gets a little more consistent, he can be scary.
Yeah, and that is what this team was hoping for when they drafted him. Just looking at the areas that he needs to work on, they are all, I think, correctable things. He's going to put up a lot of highlights over the course of his career.
That one is no good. When you talk about ball movement and player movement offensively without moving the ball, one of those underrated qualities, Smitty, which players do you think are the best in the league at cutting off the ball and moving that way?
You know, Jimmy Butler's very good. Klay Thompson is a guy that can move well without the basketball. Gary Harris from Michigan State, guys that can score without having it in their hands, which is a treat. You have J.J. Redick, who moves well without the basketball. Doesn't cut as much, but move without the basketball is one of the best.
You know, I always think of Jordan, and you played against Michael, of course. I always saw him as a guy that would pass when he did, but then he would cut him. He would immediately bang right off that player and set up someplace else. Some guys pass, they linger.
Yes.
And they're not, but Jordan, he would explode after he would pass and try to take advantage of that.
You know, guy comes to mind, Kevin, Manu Ginobili. He's like he's passing and running in the same motion.
And that's what a quality.
Yes.
Huh? So deceptive. They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Now here's Johnson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. His ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now, here's Grant. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Puts it up from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Bulls lead by 8.
You can throw everyone and everything at Wade, but sometimes it doesn't matter.
13 feet away. That shot off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Grant the pass to Laverne. Grant dishes to Butler. Lopez a screen. Here's Laverne. The Bulls keep it alive. Lopez, no luck.
What I like there, fantastic defensive rotation. Just suffocated him at the point of attack.
Feeds it to Thomas. Stolen by Grant. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Rebounded by the Celtics.
He had all the room he needed to get the shot off. Just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Bradley. That one, no good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Now, here's Thomas. After Dwayne Wade's miss. Here's Horford. Goes back up. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. 3-1. Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. And the Bulls making a change also. Javi Portis has checked in for Laverne. For Boston, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And they shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Boston making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. A post-All-Star break look now at how the breakdown between three-pointers and other shots have been for the Celtics.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
The Bulls leading by 5. Wade kicks to Butler. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Bradley with the ball. Wade picks him up. Here's Rozier, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Chicago. Steve, you played in your 14-year career mainly at that shooting guard. Great size for the position at 6'7". Is size still the same advantage that it once was in your day?
I think so, if you're skilled. And I'll tell you a quick story, Kevin. I started off as a point guard. Everybody wanted to be Magic Johnson, then moved to the 2 guard. I know it was time to retire when my last year they had me playing the 5. I said, that's it.
Oh,
it's time to go. Just for a couple games.
Yeah. What did you feel your best position was?
I thought at 2 guard position. At first, I thought it was point guard.
You were an all-star at the 2 guard.
Yes. Coming in as a point guard, offensively, I was okay. But, Kevin, defensively, trying to check those little point guards.
Tough.
I was struggling.
And the Celtics making a change here. Urepko's checked in. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. So he gets them both. The Bulls leading by 3. There's a screen. Lopez outside. He feeds it to Butler. Cans the 12-footer. Butler's got 8.
He's comfortable with contested shots. Does a nice job of elevation and concentration at the rim.
Kicks it to Olynyk. The feed to Urepko. The rim, but it sinks right in. Well, Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. It's stolen by Bradley from 17 feet out, and another basket for Boston. Chicago leading. Rondo with it. Hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Lopez passes to Butler. And Jen shot, and that basket was going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, it looks like he got to that shot just after it reached its apex. Those could be tough ones to gauge.
Boston with the ball. Rozier kicks to Johnson. Pass to Bradley. It's his first trip to the line.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Two shots. And he makes the first. All free throws good from Avery Bradley. It's a close game here in Boston. And here's Rondo. 8 points his last outing. They set the pick. Outside Butler. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 8 points.
Beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler, constantly looking to set up his guys.
Here's Rozier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Johnson the screen. Passes it to Brent. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Olynyk. Puts the fade away right on the money.
That's a solid pass right inside where his teammate wants it.
Well, Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Grant. Lopez, a screen on Bradley. Grant dishes to Lopez. And a wide open look for Rondo. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Rondo from outside. How about that?
Rozier kicks to Olynyk. Outside Bradley. Olynyk shoots the 3. Doesn't go for it. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Outside Rondo. Outside Butler. Back to Portis. Rondo passes to Lopez. Second chance effort. That one good for 2. And now a 6-point Chicago lead.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Bradley against Grant. Olynyk dishes to Uretko. Nice ball movement by Boston. Bradley passes to Olynyk. There's the triple. Uretko can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Grant kicks to Rondo. Lopez outside. Dishes it to Butler. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown comes in for Amir Johnson. And Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley. Bulls shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. 1:10 left in the first half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a big bet on himself back in 2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer, and it paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. Instead of his decision, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of.
He's come a long way, David. Thank you. He's off on the first. Kane, he's checked in for Chicago.